Hello everyone, Pipes clocking in once again for a very quick Maya tutorial, just a very quick tip on how to model corners. Now this is the building that I'm currently creating at the moment for that diorama scene in CryEngine called the Abandoned Cinema, working title. And this model here is based on real world reference. This is a pub in Sheffield, the Bridge Inn. I've discussed it in a previous video. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've just been modelling this corner, and I thought it might be good practice just to show you guys just a quick tip on how to model the corner quickly and UV it correctly and everything within Maya. So going back to Maya, here we are. What I've done is, see, here is a kind of a corner. Yeah, granted it's at sort of like a 45-degree angle, but what I'll show you today is how to do a corner that's at a 90-degree angle, and the best way of doing it. So let me just go over here, and as you can see, we've got one already completed. Now the UVs for this as well, this has been completed also, so the UVs are here. They're slightly warped and need straightening up, but that's fine. And I'll show you how to go about creating a really good 90-degree angle from just this piece here. So first things first, best thing to do is UV this straight piece first, and in the UV editor we can see it's just this straight piece like so. I've straightened everything up, lined everything up, made sure all the UVs are straight as it is on the geometry. So what you want to do is if you do Control and D, we're going to create a copy of this. I'll just give myself some space from the other one. Here we go. Right, so what you want to do is go into the UV editor, select this one, right click, go across to UVs, shift click on the other piece so that you can get a guide and you can see exactly where, so that they don't overlap. So you've got your two sections that are UV'd. Okay. Now what you want to do with this one is, if you go into, press E and go into the rotation mode, you'll see here there's a discrete rotate, and that's going in 15-degree increments. So when I start to pull on this green line, it'll snap exactly in 15-degree increments. Now if I press W and go back to the move tool, bring it across, and what you want to do is just line it up so that you've got a piece like this, so it goes across. Then what you want to do is highlight them both, go into mesh and just combine them together. So now they're combined. In the UV editor down here, the UVs have not changed, they're exactly the same. Hold down the space bar, click where it says Maya, or with the left mouse button, and then go to top view, and that should work. Yep, there we go, top view. Let's just move across. If press F to frame, if we can find out where they are. Let me go back into perspective mode. Right, I'm just going to center the pivot on these. So center pivot, freeze the transforms, and delete all the history. So I've just got these shortcuts up here. That can also be found under modify, center pivot, freeze transforms, and then edit, delete all by type, history. If you press Control and Shift, you can make a copy onto your custom shelf like that. So let's try that again. So we've centered as pivots and everything. Everything's combined. Go into top view. Let's press F. Zooming in. Where is it? There it is. Right. Okay. Now I've given this just the basic Lambert texture from the Hypershade. So because I just noticed there. Just zoom out a little bit. It's lost its texture. Just need to reapply that, and that's fine. Right, so here we are. So this is this corner piece. It's combined together. I've not welded any verts or anything because there's no verts there to weld. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Edit Mesh, and I'm going to get the Cut Faces tool. Now this tool, if you hold down the left mouse button, keep it held, it'll cut straight across wherever you drag it. If I hold down Shift, it'll constrain. As you can see, it's constraining 45 degrees. What you want to do is try and line this up with that point and this point. Okay, bring those together. Now this is the magic. Hold down the right mouse button, go into face mode, highlight all these faces here, and the pieces that you want to keep, just swipe across. So I want to keep those. Press the backspace or delete key on your keyboard, and there you go, you've got yourself a really nice corner. Go into perspective view. Here it is. What you'll need to do though is make sure that the verts are welded together. So right mouse button, go to vertex, highlight that, merge. As you can see, the merging. If you need to know where the merge is, just highlight the two verts and merge. Oops, sorry, merge to center actually, which is that icon there. Okay, do that again. So we're merging. I'm just pressing G to redo the command so it's nice and quick. Now you can see here I selected verts over there at the same time. Don't want that. Just make sure that the manipulator's in the middle, then you know you've got the two. So we're just closing these. You could probably just do it with one, just weld verts, but I just go to each one and do it like that. Okay, center pivot, make sure that's all sealed. You've got yourself there, really nice corner. We might put the normal angle to 30 degrees. Okay, and then if you look at the UVs separate. Let's find this edge here. So this edge should line up. Try again. There we go. So that edge is lining up with that edge. Weld those together. Now if you want to straighten this back out, here's a little quick tip. Let's rotate these, bring them up like that, bring them upwards just to eyeball it. That's like so. Okay, highlight all the UVs, go to polygons, unfold, go into the small box and make sure that you're constraining on horizontal. Click apply, and that'll make sure that they're all evenly spaced correctly to the actual mesh itself. So they're nice and clean. And then if you want to straighten the lines up, what you can do is highlight an edge, hold down Control, right mouse button, and go to edge loop. Okay, so now we've got an entire edge highlighted. Hold down Control and then right click again and go to UVs. Then press your right mouse button and go across to UVs. I know it's a bit long-winded, but now selecting UVs. Hold down Control, get rid of these ones. Just get rid of these. That one. And then just line them upwards. And then all you need to do is go to Edge, select this one, but when you do an edge loop on this, it's just going to highlight that entire line. Go to UVs, up, and that's straight. And then you just do that for each one. So it's nice and quick. Once you start getting into it, look, you can do it quite quickly. To UV, upwards. And that'll give you a perfectly nice straight line along with, but these should be pretty much the same, across, and just lining them up across. So that's how to model round a corner. And of course, if it was a different angle like the one on the actual pub itself, like that one, press F to frame, you just line it up to there and use the cut faces tool across there and just clean it up and just make sure that UVs are correct. Now just a quick thing before I go, just a little update. I'm actually working on this door frame at the moment. As you can see on the original, this is the door frame there, the surround. I'm just working on this at the moment, just to finish the high polys in ZBrush, and I've just got the normals out from XNormal. And as you can see, this is it at the minute. Still a bit of texturing to do, a bit more dirt and grime perhaps on the top, a few drips, but it's not too bad. And obviously the gloss and the spec map needs to be completed correctly, but when you look back on the mesh, it's quite basic. There it is, there's not a lot to it. Got some nice bevels on there for when I transferred the normals. I like to put a bevel on, get a really nice transition then, as you can see on the lighting. If I just go to the light and just turn it around the corner, you can see it's got a nice transition. There's no harsh black lines or anything. It's looking quite nice. So yeah, so I hope that was useful. Quick tip. My portfolio's at www.rpiper.co.uk, and if you've got any questions or queries, send me a message either on YouTube or through my portfolio, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I think the next video will probably be the update once we get the pub into CryEngine. So that's Pipes clocking off. Thank you very much. Goodbye, guys. Bye.